Well, how's it going, everyone? Hope everyone. Welcome, everyone. My name is Phil once again. Today we're going to be making our cranberry sauce for our Thanksgiving feast. Now, the reason why I'm doing this a little bit early is because we want all of the flavors of the cranberry sauce to just kind of infuse into the. Uh, okay. So, this should be a really fun um, recipe to do. It's one of my favorites, and it's super delicious. But we're going to add a little bit more to it than what the actual recipe calls for. Now, this is based off of Chef Ramsay, um, but I'm going to add a little bit more to it um, than just what the ingredients call for. So, we're going to make two batches. Uh, sorry, I just need to get some tea in my system. So, kind of woke up with a crappy stomach, so I want to make sure that's dealt with before I go into work today. Oh, okay. Go ahead and add that. I like me some tea, so we're going to get some chai. I think we'll do a vanilla chai today. So, this is going to be a little bit different. The flavor profiles are going to be a little bit more different than what Gordon Ramsay has. Let's go ahead. How much seeds in the star anise? Okay, okay. Two apples. Welcome, everyone. How many cardamom pods are equivalent to ground cardamom? Okay, so 1/2. Okay, that makes sense. Welcome, everyone. Okay. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be making 2 batches of our cranberry sauce here. So we're going to add 3/8 of a cup of sugar to each. Oops. Okay. Make sure that's okay right there. Okay. Definitely don't want that to happen. Okay. Now, rather than using all, sorry, rather than using all sugar, we're going to kind of half and half it. So we're going to add 3/8 a thing of sugar, and we're also going to add 3/8 of maple syrup to each one. So take this. Now, if you know me, I love me some maple syrup. Okay. We're going to add 3/8 a cup of maple syrup and 3/8 a cup of sugar. I love me some maple syrup, so let's hope we got enough. Okay, don't quite have enough for the second batch, so we'll just add just a slight, maybe a tablespoon more of sugar. Okay. We're going to put a tablespoon more of sugar in the second one. Okay. Okay. Now the flavor profile on this is going to be quite substantial. It's going to be really unique. So, to that, we're going to mix as much as we can, kind of solidify that. Okay. Kind of crystallize the maple syrup a little bit. Going to mix that up. Okay. Okay. Into both pots. Okay. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit more to our cranberry sauces than just what was suggested. Okay, so I'm going to add about 8 anise seeds. About 8 anise seeds. Don't need a lot. Because I haven't used this in a while, we may need a little bit more. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and add that to it. Now, if you have actual star anise, just use the full star. Um, Next, we're going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of ground cardamom. To each. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little bit unique. Smells pretty good right there. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. My apologies there, folks. I forgot we were supposed to add 2 star anise. But I only have the seeds, so. Okay. Okay. Add some nutmeg. About 1/2 teaspoon to each. Yep. Cinnamon. About 1/4 teaspoon of that. We don't need a lot of cinnamon. Okay. And about 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. Okay. And just a little smidgen of vanilla extract. Don't need a whole lot. Maybe about 1/4 teaspoon. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. Now, what we're going to do, we is going to turn these burners on. Okay. We're going to bring that up to a boil. We're going to bring that up to a dark caramel color. Nope. Turn it on to medium-low. Once we get that color in there, it's good, nice and rolling boil. While that's happening, we're going to go ahead and peel some apples. Peel and slice some apples. So first go ahead and peel them. No, I'm not wearing a hat. I look kind of weird, don't I? It's a good recipe to get rid of some apples if you got some left over. Okay, we peeled 2 gala apples. Now we're just going to go ahead and slice them into thin slices. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good Thanksgiving week. Rather. Okay. And make sure you also core the apple too. Welcome. So, hey, Jay, how's it going, man? So today we're making some homemade cranberry sauce. Right now we're just heating up some mixture of white sugar and maple syrup with some cardamom, star anise, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. And we're just bringing that up to a boil and caramelizing the sugars. So right now, while that's happening, we are peeling and slicing some apples. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Right now, we're just making just slicing and dicing some apples. Well, not necessarily dicing, but you know what I mean. Slicing. So we got 2 gala apples here. Got 2 gala apples here. We're also going to be peeling and slicing some Granny Smith apples too. So we're trying to go for both tart and sweet with the apples. So, this bowl, I think. Okay. We're just adding a whole bunch of stuff. It smells really good so far. Okay. The back one, I believe, is just about done. So let me go ahead and peel some Granny Smith apples and then the ladder. Apples and cranberries to that. So let me really quick peel and cut up 2 Granny Smiths. So okay. So how you doing, Jay? Doing okay? Seems a lot happier yesterday. I'll tell you that. So it's just boiling the shit out of it. Okay. Tomorrow we'll be making the stuffing as well as the at least preparations for the bird on Friday. We're going to be preparing the bird tomorrow and cooking it on Friday. I always like Granny Smiths. They're one of my favorite cooking apples because they're so tart. They don't really need a lot of their natural sugars will break down and make it a really nice sweet and tart. Here. When peeling with a knife, just remember to always use so we're just turning off the burner for our 1 cranberry sauce. It's pretty darn dark. And because I don't have everything cut up right now, we're going to go ahead and just turn that off for just a little bit. Still cooking, Still bubbling. But ideally I would have probably cut these beforehand, so we'll know for next time. Okay. Okay. All right, now that all these are peeled and sliced, we're going to go ahead and turn our burner back on our back burner. We're going to go ahead and use that. Go ahead and slice open a 12-ounce bag of cranberries. That yields about 3 cups of cranberries. We're going to go ahead and put that in there. Welcome, everyone. Go ahead and leave a like if you want to. Just helps me realize that people are watching. Just helps me know that people are watching my stuff. Now, it is a bit dark. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to turn that off right now. Okay. Go ahead and leave a like, people. Now, we're going to boil the caramel in. Okay. We're also going to add a little bit of salt in here. Just a little bit. About that much. And also just a little splitting of black pepper. Black pepper. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our caramel to break down our cranberries. Okay. Okay. Let them simmer for about 10 minutes or so. Let that simmer for about 10 minutes or so. So we're going to go ahead and turn that down just a little bit. Let that boil down a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and add our peel and slice our other Granny Smith. All right. Don't know who you are. Okay. Sorry about that. We're also going to go ahead and add some of our gala apples. My bad on that. One of our gala apples. We're going to go ahead and add that too. We'll go ahead and set a timer for about 7 minutes or so. Okay. Where'd that go? Oh. Okay. Let's worry about the first one. Okay. Okay. Now, while that's still cooking, we're going to go ahead and just wait a little bit on our first parts of caramel here. Okay. So our first pot of caramel will heat up once the other cranberry sauce is done here. So, yeah, we got a good, nice. Okay. So it is a little bit. It's a little bit thicker than what I thought. So it's the actual sugars in it are still using it to break down the sugar. We is just gonna add that. There it is. Sorry, folks, I have to go ahead and. I'm not quite as tall as I thought I was. All right. It's attached to another thing. Do. Go ahead and get a juicer as well. You're going to need it. All right. How's that looking? Breaking down some of our stuff here. looks like it's breaking down our cranberries just fine. So I also need to make sure it breaks down our apples pretty well too. Okay. You just need to turn that up a little bit so it breaks down our needs to break down our apples just a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and add that to our lid. Welcome everyone. Go ahead and leave a like. We're just making some homemade cranberry sauce today. Go ahead and leave a like, folks. Really helps out. Helps me know that you guys are watching. Good. Tea break. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome, everyone. We are making some homemade cranberry sauce today. Go ahead and leave a like, a comment, interact with me if you want. Turn that off. Looks like we're breaking down our apples and cranberries beautifully. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take a... Oh, there it is. All right. So if you guys don't invest in a zester, like I do here, I would highly recommend you do so. Good zester right here. Rather than having to, it's just more controllable than having to go into like a cheese grater and grinding up all your. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and add the zest of one orange. We're just going to go ahead and take it, cut it on the rind all around here. Now this adds a pop of flavor. Oh, I should also point out, this just adds that much depth to it as well. And once we're done with our zest here, we're going to add something that's very, very important to this entire recipe. My apologies. We just turned down the temperature a little bit. Just go ahead and add a good zest right there. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and add the zest there. We're going to go ahead and cut this orange in half. Okay, like so. Now we're going to go ahead and juice it. After we juice this, and before we add the juice to our cranberry sauce, we're going to go ahead and add some. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great and terrific day. Before we add our juice, we're going to go ahead and deglaze the pan. Because remember, this is sugar that we're using, so we're going to go ahead and deglaze the pan with some port wine. If you guys do not have any port, I would recommend using, I would go ahead and recommend using, yes we are, we're making cranberry sauce. We're taking some port wine, 1/4 cup of port wine. Just kind of add that to it. Now, if you guys do not have any port wine, I would recommend using some sort of sweet red wine. We're going to add 1/4 cup of that. And okay. We're also going to add 1/4 cup. I believe it's ever been opened since my parents got it. Huh. So, we're also going to add 1/4 cup of Cabernet Sauvignon, or no, Merlot actually. We're going to add 1/4 cup of Merlot as well. I thought it was Cabernet Sauvignon, but I guess not. Okay, so while that's there, we're going to go ahead and add and take our orange juice that we just juiced, add that to our cranberry mix. Turn up the heat just a little bit. Just as it thickens up a little, just need to let it thicken a little bit. That's all you need. Just need to let it. Once it starts thickening. How you doing, Jacob? Hope you're doing okay. Now, the reason why I'm using two different types of wines is because I like the balance of like the dry grape, the dry bitter grape, with the bright fruity fragrance of the port wine. So I love those combinations. Go ahead and leave a like as well. Go ahead and make sure that this is thickening well. Okay. Let me just make sure minutes. The actual day of is unknown, actually. Um, this will be touched in mine and Jay's podcast this week. Um, the first person to designate a day of Thanksgiving um, as like a day of thanks, basically, um, was signed into law by Abraham Lincoln, I believe in 1863, to basically give thanks to the soldiers who were fighting in the Civil War. Now, the entire story of the first Thanksgiving is wildly disputed. We don't actually know what happened. Um, there were not many historians back then. Yep. So the original holiday, as being the third Thursday of the month of November, um, was signed into law by Honest Abe Lincoln. That's our first recollection of an actual holiday of Thanksgiving. I believe obviously later it would have been, it was later about the Pilgrims and the natives. If you can just smell this, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just going to let that boil just a little bit longer. We're going to let that boil for about 2 minutes or so, thicken up just a little bit. Ooh. You know, I do make a good, fantastic turkey. We're going to be prepping that tomorrow night. The way I make my stuffing, though, can't go wrong with that. We'll show you how to make that tomorrow. And the way I make my cranberry sauce is also fantastic too. So can never go wrong with either. It honestly though, because of how much I add to. Oh my gosh! So I add celery, I add some Granny Smith apples, and also some bacon to it as well. So it's not just exclusively just stuffing. It's so damn good though. Oh. Okay. If you can just smell what I smell right here, oh my God. This is going to be fantastic. Bacon strikes again. And I also add bacon on top of the the turkey as well. Yeah, it's really good. I'll show you how to make that tomorrow. Most of the side dishes that I'll be cooking for Thanksgiving will be made tomorrow. This is the only reason why I make this so early is because I want all the flavors to infuse and be just phenomenal by the time Thanksgiving rolls around. All you need to do is just heat it up a little bit. Basically, just bring it up to room temperature and serve as is. Good tea. Have some vanilla chai tea here. Just make sure that this is just enough. Looks to be good. Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? Bacon goes with everything. So what we're doing is we're heating up this pan now. Now, if you weren't here earlier, we added a mixture of 3/8 of a 3/8 sugar, 3/8 maple syrup, and we kind of combined the two. We're just letting it come to a thicker caramelization. We also added some star anise, cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla extract, and allspice as well. So that's what we do. That's what we add to the caramel before it even boils. So and holy Flavor Town, Batman. Guy Fieri would be going to Flavor Town with this. Recipe. Guy Fieri would be having a good old time in Flavor Town with this. You too, hop on the flavor train. That's exactly right. Okay. Let me go ahead and make some more tea for myself. I may do some. Yep, hop on the flavor train today, folks. No. So definitely not 12 hours. Definitely do not cook it for 12 hours. You will absolutely not succeed with that. That will. If you cook it for 12 hours, it may end up like the turkey from Christmas Vacation. It just all the insides just disintegrate. So, the way that I the way that I do it, so I do mine by kilograms. Okay, so it's about half an hour per kilogram. Yeah, it's about mine is about 7 kilograms. So I got about a 15-pound bird, which is about 7 kilograms. So it'll be approximately. It varies on time, but always make sure to check 15 to 30 minutes before, and you put like a skewer in there. If the skewer comes out pink, it's not cooked yet. If the juices come out of the bird and they're clear, it's cooked. So don't remove it completely. Remove it after that point. Um, do not um, just getting some ginger tea. But just kind of a good frame of reference. That's how I measure how done it is. Once the juices start running clear, we're done. I cook it in the oven. I know some people that smoke it. I know some people that deep fry it. So really just depends on your. It really just depends on how good you like it. So we're going to go ahead and add 1 Granny Smith and 1 Gala apple to our mixture, along with a 12-ounce bag of cranberries. Actually, the place I work at is a barbecue place. They do turkey dinners for. So we're just going to go ahead and coat all that in our caramel mixture here. Just making sure that it kind of breaks down a little bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on the timer. Yeah. So good thing about them is that they're pretty cheap out here in the Midwest. Wisconsin's one of the largest producers of cranberries in the States. So and if you want to see what the end result looks like with the the one we have already done, this is what the end result should look like. And it'll thicken once it cools down. So port wine is, it comes from Portugal. That's the reason why it's given the term port wine. But what's interesting about it is it has a very, very, it's quite sweet, but it has a lot of, like if you drink it, it has a lot of like plum, a lot of red berry notes to it. Super, super good. So we're just going to go ahead and mix that around, bring it around town. Kind of coat everything in the caramel glaze. Kind of let that sit for about 10 minutes or so. Now, if you don't have a port wine, you can also use any sort of sweet red. Uh, Pinot Noir works well. Cabernet Sauvignon works well. Now, the one I'm using is port wine mixed with Merlot, and that'll be kind of like a sweet and dry or red wine mixture. So, and it's given its name because of where it comes from. It comes from Portugal, so. I don't know where you guys are, but it's pretty windy out here today and just above freezing. So, yep, yep, very nice. Yeah, it's just above freezing, like 34, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Um, have to always use that because our European friends do not use Fahrenheit, so have to always have that clarification there. Um, and about a 30, 35 mile an hour wind. So wind chill factor is definitely in the low 20s right now. So yes, yes. The Gauls were a subculture of the Celts. Um, these are the people that the Italians or the Romans fought in their invasions of the north. So it's France and parts of Italy, northern Italy, maybe parts of Spain too, but yeah, the Gauls are the subculture of the Celts. So. Go ahead and remove all that. Makes no sense to me. I don't understand that. Honestly, have you ever seen a turkey? They're not that good looking. I guess he just wanted a plain and average bird, I guess. Yeah, I never understood why Ben Franklin wanted the turkey to be a national bird. And a lot of cultures. Yeah. That I think is the reason why they have their name. It's because of all the stuff around Philadelphia with regards to being the former capital of the U.S. and all that. So, Philadelphia chickens. That may be. That may be. Gobble turkeys, gobble. Oh, I don't know if you ever remember this one. Back in 1990, WWE introduced a character at Survivor Series in 1990 called the Gobbledygooker. Came out of this big old leg and was really one of the most unpopular characters in history. Kind of forgotten about. But the only reason why it's known so well is because that was also the same Survivor Series that The Undertaker made his debut. And there was a slim possibility that the guy who played The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, I believe his name is, almost played the Gobbledygooker. So maybe that could be the Eagles' mascot, the Gobbledygooker, if they change their name to the Turkeys. Sorry, I'm just breaking up some apples in here. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys remember this. There was an ad campaign back in, I think it was the 90s, for Eagleman Insurance or Eagle Insurance or something like that. And the character was Eagleman. It was terrible, but funny. It was a terrible joke. It was a terrible ad campaign, but wow, look at those low rates. Man who lived in Tennessee, he was ahead of Pennsylvania, all made by. And folks are traveling down Dixie's sunny shore, from Atlantic to Pacific. Gee, the traffic is terrific. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. What's everyone's favorite Christmas song? I would like to know. All right. Before we zest our orange. Okay, we're going to take our Merlot. Okay. Going to go ahead and add that to it. What's everyone's favorite Christmas song? I want to know. Gee, the traffic is terrific. Okay, so we added our wine there. We can go ahead and mix that in. Yeah, I mean, Sinatra is known for his rendition of. He's kind of known for his rendition of. Ooh, smells good. He's kind of known for his rendition of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you what. Santa Claus is coming to town. Sinatra is also known for singing a song called "The Christmas Waltz." It's probably my favorite version of that song. Oh God, I don't like Mariah Carey whatsoever. I really don't. Frosted window panes, candles gleaming. Too squeaky, I think. I think your voice is just too squeaky for me. There are some others who have a high-pitched voice like that, but they can actually hold their notes and sing well. She just does it to sing high, I guess. I don't know. It just doesn't sit with me well. So we're just zesting our orange here. Zesting our orange. I'm going to go ahead and take our orange here now. And that. Boom. Okay. I think there are others who have a high-pitched voice like her, but I think they carry their notes a little bit better. Just juicing one orange. Okay, juice of one orange. Oh my gosh, really, Jay? Are you trying to trigger me, Jay? Last Christmas sounds like a Taylor Swift song. It's a sappy breakup song. It sounds like a Taylor Swift song. It's a sappy breakup song. Better than Linus and Lucy, huh? That's one of my favorites. Linus and Lucy is one of my favorites. Really. We're doing okay, Jay. Making some terrific cranberry sauce. Terrific and delicious cranberry sauce, I should say. Just making sure that we're just making sure that that thickens. So we're just going to turn this timer on for about 2 minutes. So, and Jay, let me ask you, do you think that Last Christmas is better than White Christmas? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Really good. However, I will add something else to our mixture as well. I will add some ground cloves as well. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. Maybe half of a quarter, like an eighth of a teaspoon. Not a lot. Like an eighth of a teaspoon. That's all we need. So Jay, is Last Christmas better than White Christmas? Oh yeah. I know. You're going to be busy, buddy. Okay. Stop. Let me go ahead and taste this real quick. 9 live streams? What do you mean? You're going to do 2 on Sunday? That little bit of cloves just did the right trick. Ah, crap. Forgot to add some stuff. There's a little pinch of black pepper. And a little bit of salt. Three on Sunday? Oh my gosh. What are you going to be doing on Sunday? Why are you doing so much? Why are you doing so much, Jay? Yeah, absolutely. Holy shit. Why so many, Jay? I mean, I understand you want to do content, but there's a limit. Yeah, no kidding. And I do at least I try and do once a day during the week. Yeah, we were actually just talking about that, Jay. Um, we were just talking about how the Undertaker debuted at Survivor Series in 1990, and how he could have been the gobbledygooker. I'll see if I can. Um, I'll see if I can. I think I have work. I think I have work that day. But if it's still going on by the time I get off work, definitely I'll join you. Now we're also going to do some dinner rolls too. Yeah, I probably should join you. I probably can join you because I know it'll take longer than 3 hours. It's usually pretty long. So, ooh, I may join you just at the end then. Go ahead and leave a like, guys. Look at that, folks. This is what the cranberry sauce looks like. This might change your idea about cranberry sauce. Now, tomorrow we'll be doing rolls. We'll be doing some rolls. We'll also be doing some stuffing tomorrow. Um, we'll also be doing maybe like a little sweet treat for Thanksgiving night. I may when I join you tomorrow, Jay. I may be in here doing some cooking. So when I join you for the game tomorrow. So I know we'll be doing stuffing tomorrow. I know we'll be doing some dinner rolls. Trying to think of what else I'm going to be doing. Probably some sort of sweet treat for tomorrow. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We just made some delicious homemade cranberry sauce. Made with a whole bunch of different things. Go ahead and leave a like as well. Glad you all can make it. Yeah. For the Packer game, or for those of you who don't know, I'm a Packer fan, along with Jay in the chat here. we do live streams together, watching Packer games. We also do our own podcast as well, which we will be doing this week, and next week as well. We'll be having a special. We'll be doing a special episode on the 5th of December, which will be released the following morning. But that'll also include my dad as well. So. Yep, my dad's going to be in. Papa Rowers is going to be in. We're going to be talking about what Christmas was like back in Tudor England, because he's a medieval historian. So we're going to talk about holiday traditions from the medieval and Tudor times. If you can see over my shoulder here, it is really windy outside today. So Jay, what year do you want to do this week? I'm kind of thinking 1863. Yes, Jackson, whoever you are, we give a round of applause to him. Family maker, I don't understand that one. You suggesting something there, Jay? I was kind of thinking like 1863. I think that's when Abraham Lincoln declared the third Thursday of November to be Thanksgiving, a day of Thanksgiving. And where they officially got the date of Thanksgiving. So the podcast is called Days Gone By. So it's days that have gone by. I was just wondering there, like, what are you suggesting something there, Jay? Family Maker. That's a good one. You're the one that mentioned it. I'm just simply completing the joke. I'm just simply the one that finished the joke. And also, a sick mind is a terrible thing to lose. A dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste. So my dad says. Alrighty. Yeah, we're about to go off here. I have to get ready for work. And you guys have a great day. All right? Hope you guys have a good day. We made some delicious. I mean, look at this. Look at this stuff. This stuff is so good. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving if I don't see you tomorrow. We will be going live here with Jay first at about noon my time. And then we'll be going live on this channel as soon as that live stream's done. Okay? Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow.